Picture this, your buyers are at the closing table, keys in sight, when suddenly everything crumbles. The mortgage gets denied, and as a real estate agent, you've just lost weeks of work and thousands in potential commission. But what if I told you most of these denials are completely preventable? In the next 10 minutes, I'm gonna show you exactly how to bulletproof your deals before they even apply. And let's be honest, deal fallouts are every agent's nightmare. You've spent countless hours with your buyers, shown them dozens of properties, negotiated the perfect deal, and then boom, the mortgage application gets denied 2 days before closing, and your commission, it's gone. Your reputation with the seller's agent, it's damaged. Your buyer's dream home is now slipping away to another offer, and here's what really stings. Your buyer is now questioning whether you are properly qualified for them in the first place. But the mortgage industry operates on principles most agents never learn about in real estate school. So while you're focused on finding the perfect property, there's a whole financial minefield that your buyers might be walking into blindfolded. And credit score nuances, debt to income calculations that go deeper than basic math, employment verification processes that can trip up even stable buyers. But here's the thing, I've been in the mortgage industry long enough to know that most denials follow predictable patterns, and once you understand these patterns, you can spot the red flags before buyers even fill out their first application. And the key is knowing what to look for. All right, so let's dive deep into the 5 biggest mortgage killers that are probably affecting your buyers right now. First up, credit score misconceptions. Your buyers might think their credit score is fine because they got approved for a car loan, but mortgage lending operates on a different standard. It's not just about the number, it's about recent credit inquiries, account ages, and credit utilization ratios. A buyer looks qualified on paper, but they might have opened 3 new credit cards while shopping for furniture, completely tanking their approval. Second, the debt to income ratio trap. This isn't just about adding up monthly payments. Mortgage lenders count obligations most people forget about. Child support, student loans and deferment, that co-signed car loan for their kid in college. I've seen buyers super confident about their finances but get blindsided by debt calculations they never even saw coming. Third, employment verification nightmares. You think your buyer has a safe, steady job? Think again. Commission-based income, recent job changes, gaps in employment history, or even being too new at their current position can trigger a denial. Lenders want to see stability patterns that go beyond just having a paycheck. And fourth, the property appraisal wildcard. Your buyers might qualify financially, but if the property doesn't appraise for the purchase price, the deal can die. So location factors, recent comparable sales, property condition issues, all of these can sink an otherwise perfect application. And fifth, documentation disasters. Missing paperwork, expired documents, bank statements that don't tell the right story. In today's lending environment, documentation requirements are stricter than ever, and one missing piece can derail everything. Here's where most agents make their biggest mistake. They assume a pre-qualification equals a pre-approval, but there's a massive difference, and understanding this difference will save you from a deal fallout. Real pre-qualification goes deeper than basic income verification. It's about creating a complete financial profile before your buyer falls in love with the property. Think of it as detective work. We are uncovering potential issues while there's still time to fix them. Let me give you a framework I call the mortgage readiness checklist. First, dig into their credit history and ask about recent credit applications, not just their score, but have they opened new accounts recently? Have they closed any accounts? Are there any late payments in the past year? This conversation can reveal patterns that basic credit checks miss. And second, explore their complete debt picture. Don't just ask about monthly payments. We need to ask about obligations they might forget. So student loans, even if they're deferred, co-sign loans, alimony, child support, business debts if they're self-employed. You have to paint the complete financial picture. Third, let's examine their employment story. How long have they been at their current job? Have there been any recent changes? Are they salaried or commission-based? Any gaps in the past 2 years? This isn't an interrogation. It's a preparation, and you're identifying potential documentation needs before they become problems. And fourth, discuss their down payment source. Is it savings, gift money, proceeds from another property sale? Each source is going to have different documentation requirements and timing considerations for your closing date. And finally, set realistic expectations about the approval process. Explain that a mortgage pre-approval isn't just about qualifying, it's about maintaining that qualification throughout the entire loan process. No major purchases, no new credit card applications, no job changes until after closing. Now let's talk about the red flags that make us pause and dig deeper showing a single property. Red flag number 1 is vague answers about finances. When you ask about income and they give you round numbers or seem uncertain about their monthly obligations, that's a warning sign. Qualified buyers know their financial situation intimately. Red flag number 2 is recent major life changes, new jobs, recent divorces, recent marriages with combined finances, or any major life transition in the past 6 months. These situations require extra documentation documentation and careful timing. Red flag number 3 is an unrealistic timeline expectation. Buyers who want to close in 2 weeks or think mortgage approval is automatic often haven't thought throughout the entire process. This mindset usually indicates they're not prepared for the documentation requirements. Red flag number 4 is shopping at the top of their budget without discussing worst case scenarios. Buyers who want to max out their purchasing power without considering rate changes, property taxes, or maintenance costs are setting themselves up for problems. Red flag number 5, mortgage pre-qualification letters from different lenders. This might seem like preparation, but it often indicates they've been shopping around because they're getting inconsistent information about their qualification level. Here's the key insight: these red flags aren't deal killers, they're opportunities. When you spot these warning signs early, you can address them proactively instead of reactively. The conversation shifts from "can you get approved" to "let's make sure you're bulletproof when you apply." This positions you as the agent who thinks strategically, not just the one who shows houses. And here's what separates top agents from the rest: they build relationships with mortgage professionals who understand this collaborative approach. Instead of just referring buyers to any lender, they partner with mortgage experts who share their commitment to preventing problems before they even happen. The biggest game changer isn't just identifying problems, it's positioning yourself as the solution provider who prevents them altogether. When you implement this mortgage readiness approach, something powerful happens. Your buyers trust you more because you're asking questions other agents just don't ask. Seller agents prefer working with you because your deals don't fall apart, and mortgage lenders love working with you because you send them prepared applications instead of just wishful thinkers. This isn't just about preventing deal fallouts, it's about building a reputation as the agent who works ahead. Word spreads in real estate communities. Past clients refer friends because they remember feeling confident through the entire process, not just during the house hunt. The mortgage readiness conversation also creates natural opportunities to demonstrate your market knowledge. When discussing payment requirements, you can reference current market conditions. When explaining debt to income ratios, you can connect it to local property tax implications. Most importantly, this approach transforms you from order taker to strategic advisor. Your buyers see you as a professional who protects their interests at every step, not just the person who unlocks doors for them. If this mortgage readiness framework resonates with you, I want to hear about it. Drop a comment below telling me what red flag you've encountered most often with your buyers. Your experience might help another agent avoid a costly fallout. And if you found this valuable, hit the subscribe button because I share strategies like this every week to help real estate professionals build stronger, more profitable businesses. Speaking of which, next week I'm breaking down the conversation framework that turns mortgage discussions into listing opportunities. You'll learn how pre-qualification conversations can naturally lead to referrals and repeat business. Remember, your success isn't just about finding great properties for your buyers, it's about ensuring they can actually close on them. Master the mortgage readiness approach and you'll never lose another deal to preventable financing issues. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next week.